Happy Friday. Brian Manning here with the weekly update. Let's get right to it. So, Monday this week, quiet news day, not a lot to talk about there. Tuesday, actually, relatively quiet as well. Then we got into Wednesday. So, Wednesday, we got new home sales. This is for the month of August. So, this is new construction transactions. And this was up 21% on a month over month basis. So, it was a big number to see new home sales increase. On a year over year basis, this number is also 15%. So, clearly, builders are seeing more traction in their communities right now, and that's really good to see. Thursday this week, to support that, we got existing home sales. So existing home sales is signed contracts for the month of August. This was actually down 0.2 or 0.2%. Sounds bad, but analyst expectations was that this report would actually be down 1.5%. So this is a better than expected existing home sales report. And on the year-over-year basis, this number is up 1.8%. Then we also look at inventory. Inventory is down 1.3% on a month over month basis. Not surprising at all. If we look at the charts and we watch inventory levels, there's always this roundover that starts to take place of homes coming off the market. This really starts into August, moving into September, and then through the end of the year. So it's not surprising to see a reduction in inventory. And then today, really what we've been waiting for all week is the PCE. That's the personal consumption expenditure. This is the Federal Reserve's favorite gauge of inflation. So we look at the headline number. Headline number was up 0.3% on a month over month basis. That was really in line with expectations. And this put us at 2.7% year over year. Then we look at the core number. The core number strips out volatile items such as food and energy. And this was up 0.2% on a month over month basis. And this put us at 2.9% year over year. Now the Federal Reserve's gauge for inflation and their target of what they're looking for is really for inflation to be at 2%. So right now, if we're at 2.9%, we're estimated 9/10 or almost 1% away from their target. But let's talk real quick about what's causing this impact of inflation to potentially look higher than it is. Well, the first we have tariffs. No one really knows the impact of tariffs right now, but it's anticipated that tariffs have about a 0.3% impact on the inflation number for right now. Then the second thing we have is shelter. We've talked about shelter a lot. The largest component of shelter is owner's equivalent of rent. So that's when someone gets a phone call and they say, how much can you rent your house for today unfurnished without paying utilities? Now, I've been in the mortgage industry for 27 years and I have no idea what my house would rent for. I'm very deeply involved in the real estate industry and I have no clue how much my house would rent for. So I don't know how anyone across the country that doesn't have their finger on the pulse is just going to guess how much their house would rent for. And that number makes up 0.3% right here. Then we also have another one that really no one's talking about. It's portfolio management. So this is financial planners and their fee for portfolio management, which has been increasing on a month over month basis. Now, when I say increasing, I don't mean that their fee is increasing. That would actually be inflationary. If they were going to charge you, say, 2% to manage your portfolio and go from 2% to 3%, that's inflationary pressure. But if you have a 2% management fee and the balance of your portfolio is increasing because the stock market is doing well, that's not actually inflationary. It would only be inflationary if they actually raise the rates that they were charging. So it's kind of a strange thing to have in here. It doesn't make any sense, but it is unfortunately impactful as far as the inflation reading is concerned, and that's making up about 0.3%. So if we stripped out the tariffs, if we stripped out that shelter, the owner's equivalent rent, if we stripped out these portfolio numbers, which don't make any sense at all, we really would actually see inflation right around the Fed's target at almost that 2% range. So, Federal Reserve is looking at these, but sometimes it feels like they're just driving a car looking in their rearview mirror, that they're not really forward looking at the data that's coming out, but that's something we all have to deal with. A couple of things to note. Fall Fiesta is coming up Thursday, November 13th. We're raising money for Community Food Share. Community Food Share is a Boulder County, Broomfield County food-focused nonprofit. Our goal is to raise $10,000 for them. We have some incredible live music, open bar, all-you-can-eat tacos. Come on out. Let's raise some money for Community Food Share. Realtors, we got a new round of luncheons that we're doing. It's called Winning with Objections. We have one next week in Boulder, the week after that in Denver. Keep an eye out for those. RSVP, we've done 3 already. All 3 have sold out. We got great feedback from the agents that have come to them, and we'd love to have you there. If you can make it, please RSVP. Happy Friday. I'm around. You got any questions, give me a call. I'm available 7 days a week, 8 to 8. Have a great day.